Hello everyone for a new video. For today's video, this is part 2 of our, what do you want to call this character? The Cyclone Max Block Retaliation build, I'd say. So we pushed this character today up to level 72. We just finished the stream right before I started recording this video. So pretty much, if I can figure out where we're going, we pretty much went all the way through. Actually, let's do this way first. We ended up on we were starting Act 4 today, and now we push all the way through maps. And we tested a little bit with maps just to push this character to 72, so I can finally finish the gems. So we have something to show for this video before we actually push even farther tomorrow. So pretty much I'll run a map. I'll run a map in the beginning, I'll show you, then I'll talk about the gear. So with the map, we'll just do a basic tier 9 map. I'm staying around the tier 8, tier 9 now just to get XP without dying. Since this character still needs the shield, which I'll explain the gear as I'm doing this. So pretty much it's, you put your auroras on if you have the mana reservation. That's what a lot of this is based on, is how much mana can you reserve. Because pretty much it's the same as the old thing. Dread Banner, Herald of Purity, Pride, and Blood and Sand are the most important. And only put Precision on if you have mana. Because make sure when your Cyclone gets to 0, it does help because we're not at 10 mana, which is mainly 7 of it goes to Blood Rage. So pretty much just pop your Flask and a Cyclone. And you just keep hitting your Blood Rage for mana regeneration and hit a Life Flask too if you need it. Let me just open this. And yeah, you can die pretty easy. I'm still working on defensive layer this character. So it still has work to do. It's not perfect yet in any way. It still has a lot of upgrades still needed. But definitely, it was by far the most smoothest leveling I've ever seen. Because once we got Cyclone and all the gems in it, the leveling process went extremely quick. And this character is missing is still missing some of the big items. Which the boss always here. And I don't have Tailwind yet, I don't have the correct gear. So once you hit this boss, is hit your defense, put down your totem. Boss already died that fast. So we probably could up the gear, but it's pretty much... We probably could up the red maps now. But pretty much just go in the boss, hit your totem. This will give you more attack speed, so your damage goes way up. Then hit your Lion's Roar and your Diamond Flask. So now you went up to 16, so it's about 10k increase. And Blood Rage, so like you're on 74, and you just go crazy. And you can even put down your Vow if you need more, and you'll just have your Vow Molten Shell for more damage, for a damage buff against bosses. Because once you take damage, you'll summon your little Ice Golem, who'll give you more damage also on top. Because then the rest of the map is pretty much just gonna be me cycloning, and left click generates my health every time. Because this is without Tailwind and the Lucid Boots, and you can see already fast how quick this is going through maps. Obviously, this is a tier 9 map on Awakener 5, so it's a little bit lower than what it could be. So once they fix the patch, we'll definitely go back and do the heists. Because pretty much, this might only take us a couple minutes to go through this whole entire map. And probably if you're playing a better loot filter, or like a more strict, you definitely be much quicker than this. I'm just playing a little bit less just because I need KS to get the shield. Because it's about 8 exalts right now for the shield. Let's dump this. Dump our maps. And we'll dump our currency. So pretty much with the character, it's a little bit like the last character with the leveling gear, because now this more actually has the gear. So this morning I went through and started buying these rare pieces of gear to get me at least something. A lot of it was pretty cheap. A lot of the stuff was under 20k per piece. So pretty much we'll start with the chest piece. This was just a chest piece that I can get that early on that cost me 25 chaos. because the chest piece I actually do want is around 8 exalts because of the mana reservation. So this is, I just searched for a life and 2 resistance. I'm lucky I found a 3 resistance one, and I just crafted the extra life and mana. I'll probably change that to an 8% eventually. But pretty much, it's very good. I mean, it's doable, good armor, gets me through what I need. The helmet is the Abyssus. When you're searching for Abyssus, search for a 40 through 43 increased physical damage taking, so you don't take as much damage. They go for rough around 30 chaos mark. And then try to get a good attribute and a good melee crit strike multiplier as close as 125 as possible, because this will give you a huge damage boost. And we'll talk about the weapon actually at the end. So for Onyx Amulet, this was an Onyx Amulet. I pretty much just searched for an all attribute amulet because it does help a lot, because you do need a lot of intelligence, you need a lot of dexterity to play this build. So pretty much the higher you get that, the better. And when I was searching it, I just searched for physical damage to attacks, global crit strike multiplier, and at least 1 resistance. And I was really lucky and I found this amulet, because a lot of the amulets I was looking at didn't have the lightning resistance on them. They were just the other 2. You had to either craft a resistance to have at least 1 on there, or you had to craft life. So pretty much I got real lucky and I found this one for 10 chaos, so I just picked it up. And then it's still the same leveling shield. I just don't have the Sunder yet, for the 10 exalt shield or the 8 exalt shield. So for right now, I'm just gonna keep using this until we actually can afford that shield, because this one gives you hits can't be evaded, 5% chance to block. So its shield does work very well. The ring is just, I'm using Praxis just because I need -8 to all mana skills, so I can use Cyclone for free. But once I get the chest piece, the ring is gone. And then the replacement for the ring is going to be the Circle of Guilt with the 50% increased physical damage while effective, so I get more damage, and I get damage reduction on top of it. So it's very good. It's just I can't use this because of the mana problem. Because if I put this off, this goes up by 8, and this goes up by 8, then I get problems. And then our other ring, this was another 10 chaos ring I found, very luckily. But I was just searching for anything that was cursed enemies with vulnerability that wasn't a crappy ring base pretty much. So luckily I found this one, and it had 1 resistance already on it, which was what I did need, and I did need intelligence. But at the time, before I had all this gear on, I didn't know how much intelligence I was even going to have, or dexterity, since I didn't have the amulet technically yet. So if I can go back, I actually wouldn't put any intelligence on this. I would actually add dexterity instead. But pretty much it's just resistance and vulnerability intelligent ring. That's all this ring is. Because energy shield doesn't really matter. And invasion rating 11 doesn't do anything. And chaos resistance is a little bit nice, but it's not needed. Steel ring is the best ring to get. It's just extremely expensive. The second ring I would say go for would be the crit ring. I think it's the gold ring or something like that. This belt was just something I found from my last character, so I just put it on. It's pretty much a triple res tier 1 life belt, so it was doable, so I just put it on to have something. The boots was about 20 chaos, 15, 20 chaos, I think. Because when I searched for these boots, I just searched for, is it tier 2, I think? Yeah, I searched for tier 2 life, movement speed, and resistance. There was none on the market for 2 resistance with the open 3rd resistance, so I ended up just taking this, at least have something, and with at least over 150 armor. So it was tricky to find it, but you can definitely get better. Tailwind is the best option. Hoping to craft Tailwind boots eventually, it's just they're very expensive. They go for, Tailwind boots are alone are about 10 exalts right now. Or you can craft them yourself and for a lot less, hoping you get it. Gloves, I got these for about 15 chaos. Only thing I just searched for was at least 200 accuracy, physical damage to attacks, and then dual resistance. And if you can afford, I would get attack speed on this also. I tried getting attack speed, but there was none on the market for. I was trying to pay 20 chaos for every piece of gear because I didn't have a lot of currency at the time. So I would pretty much end up getting a tier 1 fizz damage roll, a tier 7 cold resistance, which is pretty bad, a tier 3 accuracy, because accuracy gives you more damage. And then Paradoxus, this was the Paradox I actually sniped for about 300 chaos when these normally go for 8 to 15 exalts. So it's pretty much so tier 3 is the best. So this is all tier 1, so it's the lowest. But it's pretty much fizz damage, attack speed, blind, and quality. If you can't afford this Paradoxus, I would say just go for the fizz damage, attack speed, and quality one. They're a lot cheaper, maybe 100 or 200 chaos. So it's definitely a lot more affordable. And Paradoxus does give you a massive damage boost. So I'm pretty much the upgrades I want to get is the shield to get which pretty much will make this character a lot stronger once we get because we already have the gems for it. It's just getting the shield's a problem. Getting the tailwind boots eventually, but this pretty much the order of upgrades for me is going to be the shield. Then from the shield, it's either going to be the chest piece or the bottle of faith because I think they're both about the same price. Chest piece might be a little bit better just before we fix the rings. Then bottle of faith. Then probably the 13 exalt watcher's eye for the double impale. And then after that, then pretty much be that's it for gear. And we might go back and maybe fix some of this to make it better. Or we might just leave it depending on really how the character does. If the character gets through everything, all the bosses, Cyrus, tier 16 is no problem, then we'll just leave the character alone. Because I do have another project down here called Fun Project I'm working on with the other leveling gems I'm leveling. With some I could play with someone. Also a test idea for next league start since someone wants to play with me. But we'll see if I do that or not. So with the gems, it's cast on damage taken. Pretty much just to summon Ice Golem and give you your Molten Shell. You don't need quality on any of these, so you can just buy a level 21 zeros on all of them. So pretty much like this was 20 chaos, this was 7 chaos, and Golem I just picked this up as a quest reward since I didn't care about getting the 21 part because it pretty much just gives you more damage. Your shield gems is pretty much gonna be life on hit. Riposte. This is pretty much for when you get the other shield with the level 30 reckoning, and then more vengeance. So this gems are all just for the main shield you use. Chest piece, it's melee fizz, infused channeling, brutality, cyclone, impale, fortified. If this was a Ford link, you probably want cyclone, impale, infuse, and you have to look at path of building to see which one of these gives you the most damage boost. Because I know fortify, I mean, it's hard to say. You have to look at path of building. I don't know exactly which one the best or worst because I just bought this pre 6 link. I didn't really look at the 4, 5, 6 link. If we were struggling from the beginning to look at it a bit more, but it's hard to tell you right now. And then gems for the boot, the glove, and the helmet don't matter. It's just do it based on whatever colors are the easiest to get. But with these 3 alone, getting the colors on, you can get anything. I just took the first thing I got. So pretty much with one set of links, you want Herald of Purity, Precision, Deadbrander, and Bloodstained. These don't have to be linked, to be honest. They can just be socketed. So this one you do need a link though. This is Second Wind and Dash. This pretty much makes you so you can dash twice. It's a huge quality of life. Blood Magic and Endurance Cry. This setup right here makes life whole much easier. Because pretty much I bought this at a high level. I got this at a high level from the last character, so I couldn't use this until almost level 66. So I didn't realize how good it was until then. But pretty much when you get this setup, it makes your Endurance Cry and your dash require no mana. So it makes life so much easier because everything goes through your health. And you can generate back so quick, so it just helps too much. Huge quality of life. And on the last one, it's your Ancestral War Chief. This is what gives you the more, you don't need quality, you just want the level. This is what gives you your attack speed, I believe. More melee damage. So this one increases your damage with the base one. And when you do the Vow one, you get even more damage. So it's pretty much just a damage boost, all it is. Your main support is for your War Chief. It gives them pretty much just more damage. Enemies that it hits also takes more damage, so you do more damage to the enemies. And then Pride's your main Aurora, so that makes them take more damage. And then Blood Rage just helps you deal more damage and gives you a life leech. So it does help out a lot, pretty much. I didn't use this until pretty soon because I sort of forgot about it. But that's pretty much it with the gems. The flask is pretty much... I gotta fix the flask. I'm not a big fan of a lot of this stuff, but this is pretty much Concentrated Divine Life Flask of Heat, your freeze immunity. This is on here just because I didn't know what to put on here yet. Lion's Roar gives you more damage. Knockback is annoying, but the more damage is really good. In your Avengers Diamond Flask of Warding, this is pretty much your pretty much just lets you recharge whenever you take crit damage. Maybe not the best. It could be probably Avengers might not be the best for this, but it's your curse immune. And then this originally was a Quicksilver Flask with bleed immunity, but I got a I'll show the jewel, but I got a I sniped the Corrupted Blood Jewel. So I ended up I just threw a random Quicksilver Flask I found in my stash, so I just threw it on to have something. Then pretty much with this Uber Lab, I did attempt today, but it's really difficult today with the amount of trap. It's a 9-room, and most of them are pretty much all full traps, so it was very hard to do with this character. So I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to get the last Uber. So the order I would take this in, to be honest, is I would get Arena Challenge first. This will give you more movement speed and attack speed to make it faster. Then get your Pain Forward to give you more chance to block and cannot be stunned by hits to your block. Then go get your Verticide Combat to make your spell and block the same. And then go get this for Retaliation. You don't need this really until later. But it does help too, but this is definitely your Uber. And the skill tree is pretty much, I did from the last video of the Path of Building, which ended here. I pretty much just scaled the next points into here to get the Impale. Then from here I shot this way, up to here, and go to here, and then with this get more Impale. Once you get this, you should have 100% chance to Impale. So your damage just goes through the roof. I got a, this was the jewel I got. I just searched for Corrupted Blood, increase max life, and then either you have two options. You can do increased attack speed while holding a shield, or increased attack speed while having a sword. Either one works. The shield, I went back and forth a lot to see which one would cost less, pretty much all day today. And this was the one that ended up being cheaper, because the sword one was around 5 exalts, and the shield one was about 3 exalts all day. This was the first one that came out for 100 chaos, so I just picked it up to finally get my Corrupted Blood. And then after I got this jewel slot, I shot back down. I went down this way, went here, and I picked up these for more damage. And then I shot up here. I'm trying to think what was on the last video. I went this way. Okay, yeah. I shot up here, picked up the life because I didn't need the resistance. So this was about the time when I finished Act 5. So I didn't need. I was short actually 3 resistance, so I fixed my resistance right here. I got more life, and then I shot after that. I just shot up this way and shoot around, pick up the round, go circle back around to get dexterity, and then after you finish that, you'll have this whole half done. So then from here, it depends if you have Paradoxus or not. If you don't have Paradoxus, don't put any points on this. If you do, if you have Paradoxus, then you have to pretty much rush. Yeah, do you rush this way? Oh yeah, also get after I got this, actually, I forgot to mention this. I went up this way and I picked up the 2 health nodes right here. And then that's when I went to Corrupted Blood and shot down. So if you have Paradoxus, this is around the time you probably be close to level 60. So pretty much shoot this way, skip this for right now if you have Paradoxus, and just rush fast as possible as far as you need. You'll need this one for sure. But then a lot of it based on if you have if your ring has dexterity, how much dexterity you have. By the time you hit this, if you have enough dexterity and you don't need to hit this or these notes, then you can stop here, figure out which way you need to go. And then for me personally, I had to keep continuing over to get this 10 points right here. Because once I got this 10 points and I got the 30 points here, I could put Paradoxes on, and that's why I slowed down a little bit. And then once I got Paradoxes on, I went back here and picked up these 3 nodes. Because defense, I would prioritize defense over damage. Because this character doesn't have a lot of defense. With only 3.8k health, it's not the best. So once I got this, I went back this way and I finished off getting a little life chunk right here. And then now I'm continuing down. So right now I'm level 72. Yeah. So pretty much my next big chunk levels it's gonna be is 72 was right here, 73, 4, 5, and 6. This will pretty much give you your massive amount of defense, your block chance, which will put you almost to max block. And then so 72, 3, 4, 5, 76, then 77, 8, 9, 80. This will give you massive damage and block cluster right here. So then after that, we're going to shoot back this way. So we're going to go 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. That's more damage. And then 86, 87, 88, 89. This alone will increase your damage by a huge amount. So then after that, like around level 90, it's either I'm going to shoot back this way and go 90, 91, 92, 93, 4, and 5. And then if I do get Watcher's Eye, instead of going 95, I'll probably go 94, 3. I'll probably keep scaling it back and then put the 2 points here for the Watcher's Eye. So pretty much if we get Watcher's Eye, we're going this way. If we don't have Watcher's Eye, we're just going to shoot up this way and pick up the life right here. Or instead of actually picking up all this strength, we might just scale over here and just pick up these nodes. Because every strength, so you get about 2.5 life per node. So every node, these nodes right here only give you 2.5. So this is about, wait, this is 10. Well, I screwed up. 2, 4, 6, 8. So 5 life actually. So each one of these gives you 5 life, while this gives you percentage of life. So it's hard to say which one's better. I have to look at Path of Building and see which actually is better long term. If it's better to spend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points this way, or is it better to go 2, 4, 6 to finish this cluster? I have to put in Path of Building to see which one's more life overall. If it's the 6 clustered life, or life going this way, just because these give you 6, 8, and 6. So I don't know which one's more overall. Something I'd look at Path of Building for to see, but that's still many days away before I even hit that amount, just because of timing right now. It's a long video actually. So that's pretty much the build up to this point. Build's doing very well. I know this build will be extremely strong once we can get the shield. So if anyone has any questions, please put in the comment below. Build's a lot of fun. Would recommend it more than the Blade Vortex one. But this build does cost a lot more though. Mainly because of the 16 exalts you're spending on the weapon and shield alone. And the chest, another 8. The coil belt, if you do pick it up, that's another 5 exalts. So that's why that's questionable if I'm going to even use it or not. I might just skip it. If I can't support the resistance, I'm just going to skip the belt if I don't need it. But we'll see in the long. That's like a future Manifar upgrade from now. And hopefully we'll get Cyclone on this helmet. So if anyone has any questions, please put in the comments below. Hope this build, to explain, sort of helps. We'll definitely see how the build works once we get the shield and we do Cyrus. We can finally start put those in videos so everyone can actually see what the build is actually capable of. Because right now it's just me hoping it's that point. It's just me getting to that point. It's just getting that shield. And we can see for sure how the build works. So if anyone has any questions, please put in the comment below. If you want to stop by on Twitch and see how the build's doing, let me know. There's also another person in my Twitch who's playing the exact same build, who's a level 92 right now, who has the shield, the tailwind boots, everything. He's just seeing the build's actually doing very well, so we're hoping to see based on that. So thank you everyone who stopped by the video. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button below. Hope to see everyone on the next video. Thank you.